guys, Sweet Disaster here. Welcome to video number 3 of my survival horror game collection. It's been quite a long time since the last video, so this is gonna hopefully be the last video in the entire series. So we're gonna start with some PlayStation 1 and PS2 titles, and then and also Wii titles, and then I will move on to PlayStation 3 and PC, and maybe some Sega Saturn. We'll see. But anyway, I'm gonna start. I'm not gonna be talking too much about each game. I think I'm just gonna really go through them, and maybe I'll recommend some of them to you guys. So, because I don't want to make this video too long, I have too many games to show you guys. So, first game is a really scary game. I think it's even scarier than the old Resident Evil games, in my opinion. I think it's even scarier. I think it's more atmospheric. I think it's even a lot more difficult than any Resident Evil game out there. So the game that I'm talking about is a PS1 title, and the game that I'm talking about is called Martian Gothic Unification. Now this takes place in Mars, and it is a zombie game. It is a survival horror zombie game, just like Resident Evil. It takes place in Mars, and it's a lot more difficult, and in my opinion, it's a lot more scarier than Resident Evil. Alright, so next is kind of a series. This one, I do have this game for also the Sega Saturn, but I completely forgot it on my shelf, so I might just show you guys when we tackle the PC games and all that. So the game I'm talking about is Alien Trilogy. This is one of the games that I used to play all the time when I was a kid. I also used to watch my dad play this all the time when I was a kid. It was freaking awesome. Really great game. Right, now next, it's still part of the Alien series. This one, unfortunately, I don't have the back cover of it. I only have the front cover. I have to see if I can get a better case with everything in it. Next one is Alien Resurrection. I've never beat this one. This one is a really difficult game. Especially the controls. It gets a lot for you to get used to the controls in this game. So, but still, really good game. Alright, so next up is a series that I haven't played yet, made by Squaresoft. I think you guys already know what it is. Parasite Eve. And we have Parasite Eve 2. Here you go. Next up we have another series. It's really loved, especially by Resident Evil fans. They love this series. The series I'm talking about is Dino Crisis, which I also have on PSN. And of course, Dino Crisis 2. I do not own, what was it, the Third Birthday on the PSP. I don't own that one, but I didn't hear a lot of good things about that PSP title, so next up, and last PlayStation 1 title, I do believe there's a PC version of this as well. This is also one of those titles that are very difficult, very difficult, but I think it deserves more recognition than it has. The title I'm talking about is Evil Dead: Hail to the King. Really good survival horror game, and I think people should give it a try. Alright, so now we're going to move on to PS2 titles, and we're going to start with Haunting Ground. Great title by Capcom. You guys should definitely give it a try. This is one of those games that I'm going to be let's playing on hard mode when I have the time to. Next title, another title that a lot of people never heard of, which is a shame. For me, I consider this to be the granddaddy of Amnesia and all those sorts of games. The game I'm talking about is Echo Night Beyond. It's really creepy, really atmospheric. I mean, in this game you deal with the paranormal, You deal with ghosts. While looking for your wife or your fiance, I'm not sure. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I played this. But it's definitely one of those games that I want to let's play. But you're looking for your loved one in a space station on the moon. And you're going to come across lots and lots of ghosts. So, and you're going to have to complete various puzzles and, you know, it's just overall a really good title, and it's a shame that not a lot of people actually know about it. So I got this for pretty cheap as well. I think at the time I got this for $9.99. It was, the PS3 wasn't even out yet when I got this, so. Right, next up, this is one of my favorite games of all time. It's a really good game. I would recommend this game to you guys, definitely. But the problem is you probably won't be able to find it for cheap at all. So, the game I'm talking about is Rule of Rose. Amazing, disturbing title, man. Absolutely love this game. It's one of my favorites. I actually let's play this on my channel, so if you guys are interested, you can go check that out. This is also one of the titles that I'm thinking of re-let's playing when I can. Next one, I also did a let's play of this one, and it's another title that not a lot of people knew about. Ghost Hunter on the PS2. Fantastic game. This is more like a horror adventure than survival horror game, but it does have some creepy imagery in it, and the atmosphere is just spot on. And also the soundtrack. Right, next game is Siren, or Forbidden Siren 1 and 2. It's a Japanese version. This is one of the scariest series I've ever played. There's also a reimagining or remake on the PlayStation 3, which I will show you guys in a minute. I also let's play that, called Siren Blood Curse. So if you guys can actually track down Forbidden Siren 1 and 2 on the PlayStation 2, I would really recommend you to, because especially Forbidden Siren 2, I thought it was a lot scarier than Siren Blood Curse. Actually, I think that any of these games, either Siren 1 or 2, are a lot scarier than the one on the PS3. So if you can track it down, do it. Okay guys, so next games, it's a series, and imagine those 90s slasher films. So it's kind of like that, but in game. The series I'm talking about is Obscure 1 and 2. There you go. They're not the best, but they're okay. I thought they actually had a lot of potential, so I enjoy them. So if you guys wanna, you know, experience being in the kind of a slashers, 90s movies type of thing in high school, then you should definitely pick these up, because these are really good. Not the best survival horror games, but they're gonna keep you occupied for some time. Alright guys, so the next series is one of my favorite survival horror series of all time. Absolutely love them. The first one being my favorite, so Project Zero or Fatal Frame. We have, oh, this is the third one, Fatal Frame 2 or Project Zero 2. And Fatal Frame 3, which actually happens to be my least favorite. But last and not least, we have Project Zero 2 Wii Edition, which is actually my favorite version of the second game. Phenomenal. If you guys can get these series, then just do it, because they're fantastic. I'm actually going to leave these games here. Right, so next one is another game that not a lot of people know about. So, but it's a really good game, especially if you like that Asian Japanese kind of feeling to it. So the game I'm talking about, it's a game called Kuon. It's another really rare game. I don't know if you'll be able to find this anywhere, or if you can, it's probably going to be quite expensive, but it's a really good game, and it's another game that I wanted let's play on this channel at some point. So yeah, it's really good, really creepy. Next game, it's another one of my favorite games. I actually let's play this one on my channel as well if you guys want to check that out. It was a long time ago. I also own the PC version of this. Game I'm talking about is Alone in the Dark, The New Nightmare. It's my favorite in the series. It's a really good game. Next, we have, which I also own the PC version of, which I will show you guys later. We have Alone in the Dark for the Wii, or Alone in the Dark Inferno, or Alone in the Dark 5, or whatever you want to call it. This is a terrible, terrible game. I also own the PS2 version of this, but it's terrible, and I don't know where the hell I put it, so... Terrible, terrible, terrible game. Next, another Wii title, survival horror. I played quite a bit of this game. I mean, I didn't finish it because of the motion controls. It's just horrible. I did hear there is a PC version that I might try, so... but other than the motion controls, this game is really, really good. The game I'm talking about is Cursed Mountain. And if you guys can track this down, then do it. It's a really good game. Right, so last but not least of this stack, it's a game that everybody knows, and it's just, apparently it's a phenomenal game. I've never played it. I'm just waiting for my GameCube controller to get here and my memory card so I can actually play this. But I heard a lot of good things about this game, and I can't wait to actually play this. The game I'm talking about is Eternal Darkness for the GameCube. So I heard of a lot of good things about this game, so I cannot wait to actually try this out. Right guys, this was it for this stack, so I'll be right back with the final stack. Hold on. Okay guys, welcome back. This time we're going to be tackling the PC games and PlayStation 3 games, and then I am going to be making, at the end of the video, I'm going to be showing you guys some of the titles that people consider survival horror games, but that they're not considered survival horror games for me, okay? I don't consider them survival horror games, but I do think that they have horror elements or, you know, survival elements, but they're not really survival horror games in my opinion. So before we start, actually I wanted to show you guys, I have Alien Trilogy right here for the Sega Saturn, and I also have Alone in the Dark for PC. So I wanted to show you guys that. I guess we'll just move on and I'll show you the PC games because I have less physical PC games when it comes to horror, with the horror genre. So I guess we can just go ahead and tackle that. So the next title that I have here, I actually think there is a Sega Saturn version, but I could never find that here. So I picked up the PC version of this game, and I used to play this all the time when I was a kid, and it really scared the shit out of me. This is called Enemy Zero. This is with the same protagonist, Laura, from the series D, I think, if I'm not mistaken. It's the same protagonist. I don't know if the games are linked to each other. I have no clue, but I know it's the same protagonist. So yeah, here we have Enemy Zero, where you basically deal with invisible monsters. So the only way you can tell that there's a monster nearby is because of these sounds that start playing. It's a really, really scary game. So if you guys can find this, I think you would find it for pretty cheap. Just pick it up and give it a try. Okay guys, moving on. Next game is loved, really loved amongst the survival horror community. I think this actually started by being an Xbox 360 exclusive, and then they ported it for PC. I'm not entirely sure, maybe they released it at the same time for both platforms. Let me know in the comments if this used to be an Xbox 360 exclusive only, because every time I heard about this game, people would say it's an Xbox 360 exclusive. So, the game I'm talking about, and it's a fantastic game, I absolutely love it, Alan Wake. Now I do have a code on the back, so I'm going to try to actually cover that up. There you go, the back of it. This is actually a code for Steam, so I have this game on Steam as well. I'm gonna put this away. And we have Alan Wake's American Nightmare. I haven't played this one yet, so I have no idea if this is just as good as the first one. I don't even know if this is a proper sequel. It's just a DLC. I think it's a DLC. I haven't played this, so again we have a code on the back, so I'm gonna try not to show that. So yes, I also have this one for Steam. Alright, so next game, it's not really a survival horror game. It is a horror game, but it's more like it reminds me a lot of Doom. That's why I like it so much. So what I'm talking about is the Painkiller Collection. Absolutely love this. This is so much fun to play. I'm not going to show you the back because there's a bunch of codes for each game, and I just don't want to show you the back. I don't want to risk it. Alright, so that's it for the physical PC copies. I have a lot more on Steam, which if I have the chance and if I have the time, I will show you guys before I end this video. I also have a lot of digital games on the PlayStation 3 itself, so I will try to either put it on one of these corners and talk a little bit about the games that I have digitally. Alright guys, so moving on. PlayStation 3 physical games. Okay, I'm gonna start with this one. I have the first one on PC because the first one only came out on Xbox 360 and PC. The second one came out in all the platforms but PC. It's kind of weird. So the series I'm talking about, Condemned. This is Condemned 2 Bloodshot. Fantastic game. I absolutely loved it. I loved it as much as I loved the first one. Alright guys, so next game, I actually talked a little bit about it when I was talking about my PS2 horror games. And I told you guys if you guys could find the PS2 games to actually give it a try because they're really good. A lot of people, when it comes to this series, the game that they know the most is this one. And in my opinion, the PlayStation 2 classics are way better than this one. So, yeah. Siren Blood Curse, now don't get me wrong, this is a really good game. It's difficult, but it's a really, really good game. And if you guys come across this, then pick it up, because this is a rare gem, really. I've heard from a lot of people that this game is really hard to find in physical. So, if you guys cannot find a physical copy of this, just go on PSN, they have all the episodes. This is a really good game. And it deserves a lot more recognition. Alright, so next up is the start of a great survival horror series on a PlayStation 3. And also Xbox 360 and PC. I played the first game countless times, and I absolutely fell in love with the series. So, the series I'm talking about is, of course, Dead Space. For me, the first Dead Space is still the best in the series. This is a fantastic horror game. Fantastic. Next one, we have Dead Space 2. Equally as good. Still my favorite one, and I still think the best in the series is the first one. Next, the not so great Dead Space 3. It's not survival horror anymore, I'm sorry. Yes, you have the chance to play it alone or co-op with a friend. I played it both ways. When I was playing it alone, I didn't find it scary. When I played it co-op, I didn't find it scary. It's just lacking a lot of things that made the first two games special. So, next up, what we have is... Wait, I'm actually gonna go first with this one. This is also a rare gem. Some people don't like it. Some people praise it. I didn't play the whole game. I played a little bit of it. I like it. The controls take a little bit to get used to because this is a really old game. It's Clive Barker's Jericho. We all know about Clive Barker. So yeah, I would totally recommend you guys to give this one a try. Alright guys, so next game is Metro Last Light Complete Edition. Now keep in mind, I own the Redux versions of this and Metro 2033. I also own the normal versions on PC. Now, I think that the first game of this series did not come out for PlayStation 3 because I can't find it anywhere. I think it only came out on the Xbox 360 and PC, which I have it. But this is a fantastic game. Now, the Redux version of the first game is phenomenal. The Redux version of this one, you can't really tell much of a difference. So it didn't really change that much. And I played both of them, so I can tell you that you don't see much of a difference in this game and in the Redux version of it. Next one, I think this game is phenomenal. And it's another really rare jam. Not a lot of people know about it. And people that basically know about it, some of them passed through it, never really played it, never really gave it the attention that it deserves. Or the people that actually played it absolutely loved it. And it's my case. The game that I'm talking about is Singularity. Phenomenal game. If you guys like the Metro series, and if you guys like BioShock, you're gonna love this. Now, a lot of people describe this as being a BioShock ripoff. It's not. It's really different from BioShock. It has some mechanics in it that really do remind you of BioShock, yes. But it's not a ripoff by all means. This game is fantastic, and I really recommend you guys to get it and to try it out for yourselves. Because trust me, phenomenal game. Phenomenal survival horror game. Alright, so next one. This next game, it's a survival horror game, but it has a lot of comedy. And I just find this game completely hilarious. And again, it's another game that's really underrated, and I don't know why. This game was made by Shinji Mikami, Suda51, and the music by Akira Yamaoka, which is the guy that does the music for the Silent Hill series, or used to. The game I'm talking about, Shadows of the Damned. Great game, man. Great game. I love it. So much fun. Alright guys, next game. I'm gonna try to go a little bit faster because I'm running out of time. Next game, Deadly Premonition Director's Cut. Now, this game, a lot of people hate it, a lot of people love it. I'm one of those people that absolutely love it. It was weird, it was quirky, it's just, the graphics were nothing special, but man, I don't know. This game is really charming. I really love it. And it's hilarious too. Right, so these three games over here are gonna go to... Let me try to not show you guys these games. If I can. Actually, I'm gonna leave them on my lap. Because these are part of the games that I want to leave for the end of the video. Because they have horror elements, but they're not really horror games. Okay, so... Okay guys, so next we have The Evil Within. Now, I absolutely love this game. I'm actually playing through it again since it's October, Halloween month. It's also going to be my birthday next week. So I've been playing the shit out of this in Alien Isolation. Now, I love this game. This game is atmospheric. It's difficult. It has its scares. But I have to be honest, and I mentioned this before in one of my videos. All the time I was playing this game, I couldn't help but feel like I was playing a better version of Resident Evil 4. You know, Resident Evil 4 with better graphics, better weapons, and creepier monsters. So yeah, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I was expecting something a little different. There's certainly one of the bosses in this game that scared the shit out of me, and I think you guys can guess who it is if you play the game. If you didn't, then I'm not gonna spoil it. But it has a lot of cheap deaths as well, man. You're gonna die a lot for no apparent reason. I swear. It is a difficult game, but it's a really good game, and I really do recommend this game to any survival horror fan out there. So pick it up. Alright, so Next game that I have, I just mentioned it actually, but I have digital copy, is Alien Isolation. I'm working on actually getting the physical copy. So yeah, but for now I'm gonna have to deal with the digital copy that I have on my PlayStation 3. Beat that game at least 3 times now, and I just can't get enough of it. I haven't played the DLCs yet. I do have the DLCs for PC. I also own it for PC, but I haven't had the time to actually try that. I actually want to see if I can get it for the PS3 as well. But yeah, fantastic game. Alien Isolation, I really, really recommend that game to anybody out there, because that game kept me at the edge of my seat all the way through. A lot more than Evil Within did. So if you guys are, you know, looking for a true survival horror game that's gonna scare the pants out of you, go with Alien Isolation. If you guys like more of an action-y kind of game with a lot of gore and some scares here and there, then go for the Evil Within. That's basically what I can tell you. So yeah, that's basically it for the actual survival horror games. Now I'm gonna go and show you the games that some people consider survival horror, but I don't. I don't think they are survival horror games, but they do have some elements of either survival or horror, or they have some really creepy imagery. So the first game that I'm going to show you guys is Evil Twin. This is a really, really weird platforming game. If you guys like the American McGee's Alice games, you're definitely going to like this. So I actually consider this to be the early kind of Alice kind of game, because both these games have a lot in common. So I would totally recommend this. The dude kind of looks like Chucky. So yeah, overall it's a really difficult platforming game, but it's really fun and really, really creepy imagery and creepy scenarios. I think you guys would really enjoy it. Alright, so next up, I'm actually going to go with these series. I want to get this series out of the way. These are the Dead Island series. We have first Dead Island Riptide, Escape Dead Island. I beat both Riptide and the first one. I absolutely love the first game. I think it was amazing. It was fun. Riptide was boring. It was more of the same thing, but it felt more linear than the first one did, so I didn't enjoy it as much. And Escape Dead Island, a lot of people bash on it because of the graphics. The graphics are fine. I played a little bit of it. I enjoyed it. I didn't finish it yet, so. But these games are not survival horror. Just because they have zombies in it, it doesn't make it survival horror. It is a survival game. But it's not horror. Just because it has zombies, it doesn't make it horror. So, yeah. But these are some really fun games to play with your friends if you want to. So, there you go. Alright, so next series. Man, it really pisses me off that people actually consider this survival horror. Because they're not scary at all. So, BioShock series. Well, I have BioShock Infinite, but that is really not horror. So, we have the first BioShock, and we have the second one. Now, I know that people consider the first one to be survival horror. I'm not entirely sure about the second one. So, I don't know why they consider this survival horror, because the games are not scary at all. I guess it's because they're spiritual successors to System Shock. System Shock was actually creepy, was scary, but BioShock is not. So I actually found these games to be really fun shooters. So a lot of people are going to disagree with me, but hey, that's what opinions are for, right? Right, so next game is Alice Madness Returns. Again, don't consider survival horror, but it does have creepy imagery, creepy atmosphere. You know, everything is a lot more twisted, so there you go. Next, this is the last one. There was a lot of controversy around this game. I actually just, I beat this game at least 3 times, and the last time I beat it was actually a few days ago. I beat this with Amanda, and it was a lot of fun. And we had a lot of laughs because of the glitches and all the shit that happens in this game. Now this game, when it was first announced, was supposed to have been a survival horror game, but they completely fucked it up. Alien Colonial Marines. This is the limited edition. I got this for $9.99. Really cheap, brand new. It's not creepy. It's not scary. It was supposed to have been, but it's not. So, but still people consider that survival horror. I'm sure they have a lot more in there. These are just the survival horror games that I could find, because I have a lot of games that I left behind at my grandma's house because I used to live there. But man, this is basically all the survival horror games that I have here. Now to the digital copies on the PlayStation 3. Like I said, I don't think I have. I think that all the games that I have there, I think I already mentioned them on the Silent Hill and Resident Evil videos, not movies, videos. So the only really survival horror game that I had left there is Alien Isolation, which I already talked about. Oh no, I also have Dino Crisis, the first Dino Crisis, on PSN. What else? I think that's pretty much it. I have Medieval, but Medieval is not a survival horror game. So that's basically it for the digital horror games that I have on the PlayStation 3. Now when it comes to... I'm gonna see here for you guys. When it comes to Steam, I have... I have the Alan Wake games that I already showed you guys. I have Alone in the Dark, The New Nightmare for PC as well. I have Amnesia, Machine for Pigs, Among the Sleep, Damned, Daylight, Dementium 2 HD. I have Doom 3 BFG Edition. I have The Forest, 7 Days to Die. What else? I have the Half-Life series. I have the Killing Floor series, Left 4 Dead, Metro 2033, the normal version. I also have the Redux versions. I have the Penumbra series. What else? What else do I have here? I have the Walking Dead series. Is that considered survival horror? I don't even know. I have System Shock 2. So that's pretty much all the survival horror games that I have on Steam. I have Dead Island Epidemic, but I think that doesn't even work anymore. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for my survival horror game collection. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna finish it. My throat is hurting. I've been really sick lately, and I shouldn't even be doing this. But, you know, I felt like doing it. I'm gonna have a lot of editing to do. So I'm just gonna go ahead and tackle that. Again, hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any suggestions, any games that you want to see me play, I'm going to be getting an Elgato soon, like I said. I'm probably going to be, a little busy for the next weeks just because my birthday is next week on October 13th. So, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but it's being really difficult for me to talk because my throat just hurts so much and I'm really sick. But yeah, I'm gonna finish this now. Hope you guys enjoy it. Any suggestions, let me know down in the comments. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace!